Hey everybody, welcome into the studio. We're previewing the Kansas City Chiefs at the New England Patriots. Mike, I know when everyone looks at this game, they're talking about the Chiefs and how they keep losing games, but at the end of the day, Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes, and every blade of turf at Gillette Stadium is going to be available to him.
Absolutely. I mean, he's outstanding, and I feel like part of me has kind of ignored how they've actually performed on the field, and I just assume, well, they've got Travis Kelce, they've got Patrick Mahomes, they've even got Taylor Swift now. They're a really good team, but I mean, it's still true, though. He's an outstanding player, and like you said, he's a problem. They're going to have to figure out a plan for him.
Yeah, when you said that everybody's talking about the Chiefs, I thought you meant Taylor Swift. I didn't realize you meant the actual Chiefs. But they've lost 3 out of 4 games, and we're talking about bigger picture here. Not talking about beating the 3-10 Patriots. We're talking about them winning a Super Bowl again. And when you look at this offense right now, there's just not a whole lot of plans B, C, D, and E, right? Like, you have Travis Kelce, you have Patrick Mahomes doing the magic, but what else consistently do they have available to them other than those 2 things? And I think a lot of teams have a blueprint out there to play those split safety coverages and force Mahomes to matriculate the ball down the field, and it's been a little bit of a struggle relatively. I mean, they're still 11th in scoring, they're 4th in DVOA, so they're still extremely efficient, but they're not number 1 in the league in everything offensively like we're used to.
And the Patriots typically struggle with the dual threat quarterback like Mahomes. How can they counter him?
I mean, there's nothing more frustrating than like a 3rd and long, and you've got everybody covered, and we got him, just finish him off, and then all of a sudden he squirts out. He's so good at picking his spots, and it's not necessarily designed runs or anything like that, but he's just so athletic and has that ability to, not only make those runs, but off platform, he can still pull up and throw the ball, and all of a sudden it's a big play. So that creativity and that, just versatile skill set that Patrick Mahomes has is just what makes him so special.
Yeah, he's like Pac-Man, where he's just fast enough to get away, yeah, but he's not really blazing fast. I've never seen anything like it. He somehow finds like a little bit of an extra gear just to run away from a linebacker or a defensive lineman. But if you actually timed him in a 40, I don't think he would be particularly fast, but he's just fast enough. And the other thing that he does a great job of is if you're playing zone coverage, he'll start scrambling around, and then everybody just kind of gets all eyes on him, and then guys start getting open down the field, and with his arm talent, he can just flick the wrist and get the ball wherever he needs to get it. So him and extended play action, it's really Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. Those are the 2 guys that are the best in that sort of second reaction magic. And if the Patriots are going to win this game, they're going to have to limit those types of plays.
I know that everybody has been praising Mahomes for his patience with his wide receivers, but obviously after that loss to the Bills, he's becoming visibly frustrated. How can the Patriots stop them this week when I know they're going to be looking to be very efficient?
Yeah, well, I mean, take away Travis Kelce. I mean, I think it all starts there, and, force him to try to rely on those guys like, rookie Rashee Rice, who I think, has had a pretty good season. I mean, he's basically their 2nd leading receiver. Isaiah Pacheco missed last week, but I mean, he's a good hard runner. We'll see if he's able to come back and kind of challenge the Patriots defense. But I think it all starts with Travis Kelce, and, as we kind of hinted at, even then, late in the down, they just have this synergy where they can play buddy ball. They're on the same page, so it's really tough to shut him down. It's easier said than done.
Yeah, with Travis Kelce, I think what's so remarkable about him is that he gets so open sometimes, and you're just like, he's the one guy on the field that you need to hone in on, and yet he'll catch a pass and there's nobody within 10 yards of him, and you're just like, how does this happen all the time? So when you look at him, getting hands on him early in the route is key. You got to be able to jam him, reroute him. If you're in zone, everybody's got to be aware of where he is. It's not just one guy's responsibility with a player like that, but I would also look at those split safety coverages. If you look at the splits, Patrick Mahomes against split safety coverages versus single high coverages, he's much, much better against single high coverage. He's a mere mortal against split safety. So I think that there's a way to go about it with that blueprint, quarters, cover 2, those types of things that other teams have had success with, and make them hand the ball off. If Isaiah Pacheco can't play in this game, make them run the football. If they're going to run the football on you, then you're winning if you're the Patriots.
Defensively, this is a team that likes to win based off its defense, similar to the Patriots. The Patriots want to win their game with the defense. But against them, it's going to be tough considering how good they are defensively.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at Ezekiel Elliott. He had a great game last week against the Steelers, was real productive, mostly in the passing game, had some good runs as well. So, how do they handle Chris Jones and Karlaftis? I mean, they've got some good players who are real disruptive. And, can the Patriots offensive line continue to play stout and be able to give Bailey Zappi some time in the pocket?
Yeah, it's an aggressive defense. The one thing that I saw, against the Bills that I think gave them some problems defensively is a lot of motion and misdirection, because they do want to fly to the football. So if you hit them with pre-snap motion, if you fake things out to a screen and then, kind of have the guys released like Hunter Henry did on that touchdown last week against the Steelers, those are things that I think can be effective just because they want to run to the ball so quickly, and they're a team that really flies around and plays a lot of zone coverage.
Another thing that I saw to be effective in that game was the Bills' ability to run the football. And then when looking at the stats, I saw that the Chiefs were averaging or allowing 114 yards on the ground. Do you see this being a big game for Zeke again?
I mean, it jumped out to me too. I mean, I think they've allowed over 100 yards in all but like 3 games. So, I mean, teams have been effective. You wonder how much of that is situational. But, I look at Zeke. I mean, he's a good game last week, but it's just him. I mean, you didn't really see Kevin Harris. Ty Montgomery's now off the team. Don't know what JaMychal Hasty, he wasn't even active. So, I mean, the Patriots really have one running back right now. So I do think that limits them a little bit. It's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, they're 30th in the league in DVOA against the run. They're 5th in pass DVOA. So they have a pretty big split there. But I think the other thing, along with Mike's point about Zeke, is if you're Spags, the defensive coordinator for the Chiefs, there is no way you're allowing the Patriots to just run the ball 30 times. Like, there's just no way. You're going to crowd the box, you're going to crowd the line of scrimmage, and you're going to make Bailey Zappi beat you throwing the ball down the field. Now, he did that for the first 23 minutes against Pittsburgh, and then for the last 37 minutes, it looked like the Patriots offense that we've seen all year long. So if you're the Chiefs, you're coming into this game with Zeke Elliott being your first priority. So as much as I want to sit here and say run the ball because they're vulnerable against the run, with the Patriots it's a little different than the Bills running the ball. Like, we're going to let you run the ball because you have Josh Allen with a bazooka. We're not necessarily going to let you do that with Bailey Zappi.
Those are some things to look for ahead of the Chiefs at the Patriots. For more, go to patriots.com and Patriots YouTube.